Yo, yo.
Hello, hello.
All right. What is up, guys? This is the Unscripted Podcast. It is November 29th, 7:34 p.m. It's been a few weeks. We've missed you guys. I've missed my buddies over here. I am Dylan Munch. I got Zach on my left.
Yes, sir. Yes,
and
sir.
I got Miles on my further left.
What's going on, guys?
It's good to be healthy. It's good to have the healthy vibes.
It is good to be back and healthy and Rona free.
That is right.
The road to recovery was long and hard. That's what she said. But we're here. We're here. You know, we missed you guys. Like Dylan said, we definitely did miss you. But yeah, good to be back, fellas. Good to be back.
Yeah. How are we all doing today? How's holidays? For real. This is like the first time I've really seen these guys. So.
Well, I mean, I kept it small.
Yeah, it was small.
Low key.
Fucking Thanksgiving, my last day or the first day out of quarantine for me. So it was
Gavin
good.
Newsom approved.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Did you?
Yeah.
Did he?
And I got the stamp of approval,
I was
rubber stamp.
Nice.
It's nice to breathe some
And
fresh air.
I got home by 10 o'clock, so, I couldn't get the Rona again.
Yeah, I mean the sheriff knocked on our door. They peeked inside. It was all cleared out. We were good.
Yeah.
We were good.
It was a good little like I don't know. I've never really had a Thanksgiving where it was just very because usually
Like
with
low key.
Yeah, my family is very loud and very like.
Yeah.
It's not just the dinner; it's you get there 5 hours before dinner and then you
The
stay
experience.
6 hours after dinner.
Yeah.
So I mean, I was missing that, but it was a good little change of pace. Just me, mom, dad, a lot of food, probably way too much, but hey, it was delicious.
Yeah, you get even more leftovers because you still make a normal Thanksgiving dinner, but you don't have the 40 people at your house.
For real.
Yeah, literally.
So do we want to start the fight? Because I would love to. I would love to just
I would
start
love
there.
to.
Because
Nate Robinson.
you want to start, Nate?
Did y'all see his tweets before too?
Yeah, he tweeted at Curry saying like, "I'm about to represent the whole NBA" or some shit like that.
Yeah, he tweeted out like he just did his own tweet on his own. He's like, "Tonight I'm fighting for all my NBA players. I'm fighting for my family, and most importantly, like I'm fighting for my kids." And then Steph quote tweeted him and was like, "Go get him tonight, dude." And then he he responds to that, "Gonna shock the world, bro." Well, hey, man, you sure shocked the world. Like, wow.
I don't know if it was in the way he wanted to, but he definitely shocked him.
Well, I mean, it was so bizarre when because I knew that obviously we know Nate Robinson's like 5'7", 5'8". I had no clue how tall Jake Paul was, but I assumed it was something like 5'10", 5'11"-ish. And isn't he 6 foot?
He's 6'1".
He's 6.
Yeah.
Why? So if you're trying to
And
get
had a
into
6-inch reach advantage.
If you're trying to get into the boxing scene, like I respect that. Go ahead, Nate Robinson. All the power to you, but why would you fight someone 5 inches taller than you?
Yeah.
Like, that's a recipe for a disaster, even if it's like Mayweather if he's 5'7", going against a 6-footer. It's the same thing.
Yeah. It's not a recipe for good things to happen.
I think it's just the Nate Robinson. It's the whole that's been his identity is like, yeah, I'm small, but I can still do it type thing.
Yeah.
But
sense.
with boxing, it's not the NBA. Like the reason why you can be in the NBA at 5'8" is because you can jump out of the gym.
Yeah, literally.
But you don't grow longer arms just because you want to start boxing now and you're 5'8".
I would have been. I don't know. I would have wanted to see him fight someone who was, like you said, in his class at least.
Yeah.
Like weight and size.
Well, weight, they were only like 2 pounds difference.
Really?
Yeah, it was like a 6-inch reach difference and like a 2-pound weight difference, but it was like 5 inches on height and 6 inches on reach.
I'm pretty sure, like regardless of what happened, they both took home $1 million.
Well, good for them.
So
No, I saw the breakdown. They got like $600.
What?
Really?
Yeah, it was like
Then you know what? I have it wrong.
Tyson
and Jones took home $1 million.
And then everyone
They
else
only
made
got
like over
$600.
like 5K. Like everyone else made over like 5K. And I saw something that was like $1 million, and then for their fight it was literally like $600, unless they meant to say 600K, which would make more sense.
Yeah.
Probably that.
But
because there's no way.
But I saw a bunch of comments. It was like, how they only get paid $600? How they only get paid $600? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah, that's wrong. I mean, not that I really want to give $600K to Jake Paul because he's just an absolute.
I can't fucking stand
Yeah,
him.
he's a fucking dweeb.
I was praying that he got knocked out.
Yeah, I was definitely rooting because I mean it is cool to see an NBA. Like obviously, if there's an NBA guy boxing, I'm gonna root for him. It's like I don't know, it's cool to see, but obviously he got a face full of canvas.
I honestly I didn't see the first round. Like, was it competitive? Were you guys?
No,
did you guys see any highlights?
Well, I mean, I watched it, but it's one of those things where I was just in and out because honestly, it's like
it's
not
Jake Paul versus Nate Robinson.
Yeah, it gets you in front of the screen, but I wouldn't say it kept me very well engaged. So the first round, I mean, it was only 6 rounds, I believe.
Yeah,
I don't think it was 8. But no, Nate, I mean, he was trying to get in. He was trying to get in inside the arms and just kind of work his way there, but. I don't know.
After that first knock to the back of the head, he was fucking done for.
Oh, he was getting woozy.
Yeah.
I only really saw the knockout, and
he got knocked down.
Wow.
He got knocked down like 30 seconds before the knockout.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Like, and I think it was in the first or second round. Yeah, Paul like ducked him and then came around, but caught him like in the back of the head with like a straight up haymaker. Just caught him in the back of the head, and he went down. And he was kind of like, "Oh, he hit me in the back of the head."
That's like a legal hit. That's like what McGregor was doing against Floyd.
Yeah, he was doing that shit a ton, hammer fisting him.
Yeah,
and then he got knocked down, and then he got knocked down again, and then he got up, and you could tell he was kind of dazed when he got up, and then it was like they kind of went, and then you saw the knockout. You just duck, sit down.
It looked like Nate was trying to he knew he was not going to be able to keep distance. Like he was trying to stay up in him and do his thing,
they throw a couple punches and clinch, then throw a couple punches and clinch, and then finally I think Jake Paul was like, "Fuck this, I can outreach this guy," and just ducked one and sit down, motherfucker.
Clean hit.
They honestly could have called it on the knockdown before the knockout. Like he got up and he was in the he was dazed. He was like ready on 10. Like if that, like they were giving him the countdown, and then he was like on 10. He was like, "Oh, I'm good," and then you could see like the foggy look in his eyes, and then as soon as the referee put it back in play, Jake Paul just ran right at him and was like, "Nah, this is ending right now." And he was out for a minute.
Dude, he was
out for a minute.
Yeah,
dude.
like probably straight up like a minute or two. He was out.
He was out.
I'm just curious why he wanted to do it. Like, I don't think he made only $600. I think he probably got paid for it.
It had to have been the $600K because it was like it went up the tier. It was like the first guy made like $5,000, and then the next guy made like 10, and then the next fight made like 20, and then 30, and then it was like $600, and it was like 1 million.
Yeah,
like,
weird.
there's no way.
I'm just curious. Like, I hope he was smart with his NBA money. Like, I hope he wasn't doing that because he actually needed the money. Because, like.
But that's the thing. A lot of those guys blow
why
that
you
shit.
take that fight. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
the NFL stars are even worse.
It's
like
probably,
NFL guys, 30% of them go broke once they're out of the league.
Yeah, well, think about it though. Like if you're in the league and you're like, oh my God, Nate Robinson, because when he won the dunk contest or was in the dunk contest, he was like top of the world. Everyone knew who he was, made a name for himself, and then now he's out of the league. No one knows who the fuck he is anymore. No one cares who he is anymore. He's like, fuck it, let me get relevant again and fight this guy and get my name out in the news. And I'm sure he's made money off endorsements and shit from it.
No doubt.
It's all a play for money, but
he was doing the big three thing too, like the.
He was solid in
that's
the
right.
big three.
That's right.
He was good.
He was in the big three, so he's been doing that.
He was like trying to get back into the NBA through that.
Was he?
From what I remember, he was like after the
big
three season,
right,
he was taking workouts. I forget what team, but he was like working out for some teams in the off season. Obviously, it didn't pan out because it's like, who needs a 34-year-old Nate Robinson? And he's now, I looked it up yesterday, he's 36, so it's like, you weren't a great shooter anyway, so you're just, you don't fit in the league. Yeah, you don't fit in the league anymore. Small guys work in the league, but it's because they can shoot. You know, Fred VanVleet, we'll take that all day.
Yeah.
Just got a bag.
Yeah, shout out him.
Paid. Just got paid.
Like, probably, I think he's the highest paid undrafted player ever.
Yeah, he is.
And good for him.
That's
well
fire.
Deserved. I was hoping he went to the Lakers, honestly. We could have.
You hope everyone goes to the Lakers.
That would be a super team. I know. I mean, I'll still take anybody. Bradley Beal, can we still get him?
The Wizards say that they're not trading him. I don't know.
Shit.
The Wizards is so shady. I mean, we don't have to stem all the way to NBA right now, but the Tyson and Roy Jones when we were watching, because me and Miles were watching.
That was
together,
just like a sparring match.
Yeah, they didn't even. I didn't realize that they couldn't knock out. Like knockouts were off the table, and
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, I didn't realize that till today because I saw someone like broke it down. And was like, for a match that no KOs were allowed and this and that, like it really wasn't that bad. And I was like, oh shit, I didn't even realize that it was no knockouts and.
These guys are 50.
They got so exhausted. The first 2 rounds, there was punches thrown, and then the next 5, it was like
clinch.
Throw 2 punches, clinch, back up. Throw 2
but
punches,
that's kind
of.
I think that's kind of Roy Jones' game, though, wasn't it? Like he'd get up close and fucking. I didn't know much about him either. My dad was telling me about him. Like he was a fucking badass back in the day. Like his first 17 fights, he finished in KOs.
Wow.
No, I know he was like a champion, and he was legit.
I didn't realize that he only retired 4 years ago or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, he was
Mike
like 48.
Tyson said something like, everybody was worried about his ass, and it's like, I haven't fought in 15 years. Why don't nobody care about my ass?
Yeah.
It's kind of true.
Those old footages of Mike Tyson, like the vintage ones with the bright red gloves, like just knocking dudes out in like 13 seconds.
He was a different human being.
I still think he would have knocked him out if they allowed it.
Mm-hmm.
They should have. That's where I don't know. That's not they should have, but it would have made it a lot more fun for the audience.
And the fact that it ended in a draw.
That was
like,
stupid.
How did Tyson's betting line go?
Yeah,
stupid. Every round, it was like he started at minus 750, and then end of round 1 minus 1,000, end of round 2 minus 3,000, end of round 3 minus 5,000 or something like that.
Roy Jones at the end was like plus 7,700 or something stupid.
And
like
then
that.
It was like I saw the like breakdown today. It was like punches landed and big punches thrown and big punches landed or whatever, or major, whatever the fuck they call it.
Mm-hmm.
And Tyson like outdid him by like 20 punches each. And they're like, oh no, it was a draw. Like, what?
They did that for the egos, I bet.
Dude, we should have thrown hella money on the draw.
It would have had a lot of controversy.
I was preaching draw when everyone was like doing their betting. I'm like, dude, bet the draw.
Yeah, we should have.
I wonder how, like, there had to be some winners There had to be some people that did it.
There had to be so many people that were pissed that Tyson didn't win. Like, he won, but he didn't win. I'm sure there was hella money on that.
It's like when,
so much.
It's like when Nick Chubb ran out of bounds on the over-under for the
yes,
game.
bro.
Okay, did you guys see the frickin' Chargers today?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
How do you not score? You're on the 1 yard line.
Dude.
Before that,
So
the
do you
clock
think
management.
did he audible that QB sneak? Because everybody pass blocked. Their entire O-line pass blocked.
I
exactly.
thought you were talking about the play before.
Oh, the play before was insane.
What happened was it was like 50 seconds left.
Yeah.
They throw a pass over the middle, and it gets didn't it get tipped back, and the guy caught it?
Yes.
And then they went up to the line with like 40 seconds left with no timeouts, and they ran it on 1st and goal from like the 3. And then they got stuffed, and then the clock went all the way down from 40 to like 8 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, why would you run the ball there?
Yeah, and then final play of the game, I mean, he's in the gun, and then it's like
he comes up and tries to sneak it.
Yeah, he like runs up, he yells something, and I can't tell if it's like an audible or if they were just trying to
like a trick play almost.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like it was an audible because why is your whole O-line like the left tackle takes 3 steps back?
Yeah,
and he's like ready to pass block, and he continues pass blocking, and then he like looks over and he's like, what is Herbert doing in the middle?
And he didn't even gain an inch. I think he got pushed back a yard.
Because he got hit right away.
Yeah.
He got met.
Why are you running the ball with no timeouts with 20 seconds left? Why are you running? And then in the beginning, 4th quarter, 4th and 2 from the 25-yard line. The Bills, or who would they play? They played the Bills. No.
Yeah.
They played the Bills. Yeah.
Chargers, Bills. Yep.
So it was 4th and 2 in like 14:32 left in the game, down by 10, right? 4th and 2. Anthony Lynn goes for it, doesn't get it. And it's like, bro, it's 15 minutes left in the game. Just kick the fucking field goal. You're down. You're down by a touchdown. Very next possession. Has it at around the 20-25 again. 4th and 3. Like 8 minutes left. Same score. Goes for it again. Doesn't get it. It's like, dude. And I was saying before the game to my dad, I was like, Anthony Lynn in my book is on the hot seat.
Oh, yeah. No.
How? Because I get he has injuries like Derwin James and that's the Bosa. Oh, no, the Niners Bosa's out. Melvin Ingram. Not Melvin. Yeah, that's his name. He was out this week too, and I get it. Austin Eckler was out. Your starting quarterback got the lung thing after, like in the locker room before your freaking first game or second game. Like he's had
Tyron.
Yeah, he's had stuff that has come up, but
that was
with
a
that
blessing
roster,
because you wouldn't have played Herbert.
With that roster, you should not be 3-8. I'm sorry, you should not. And the decisions at the end of this game were just atrocious from Anthony Lynn, and it was so bad. It was so bad.
They should fire him. They should fire him after the season.
Side note, I don't want to. If you guys want to keep talking, I just want to segue for just a sec. Did you guys see that Lions fans were donating to Deshaun Watson's charity because they got after that game, Patricia and the other guy got fired? They were like thanking him. They donated hella money to his charity.
Oh my!
That's the thing. I liked Matt Patricia.
Why? What he
didn't do anything.
His
I like him because he's a
record
Pats
is
guy,
awful.
but yeah, he has no business being a head coach.
Dude, it's like shoving someone into a fire with like a freaking squirt gun. That's like, try.
I don't know, dude. Like Matt Stafford is a competent quarterback. I feel like you should be able to win games.
But do you have a confident defense? Do you have? I mean,
that's what he's a defensive coach.
So so he didn't change the defense.
That's kind of like up to his scheme. I don't know. I the Lions are they're stuck in being a laughingstock, but they really shouldn't be.
No. But, I mean, they really haven't been good since Megatron.
No, I think they're right where they are, dude. Honestly, they're not. I think they're in quicksand because look at your division. You still got Aaron Rodgers for another few years, and you still got I think the Vikings, their record does not tell the whole story for the Vikings. And as soon as they can move on, I don't even know if move on from Kirk Cousins.
Awful.
But the Bears also have a really good defense, and they're going to win at home every game.
Blowing away an iconic defense. If they just had a subpar offense, not an awful one, a subpar offense, they could make the playoffs and at least like be known as like a historically good defense for this era. But I think they're gonna get lost in the sauce. Like no one's gonna remember the fact that this Bears defense is really good.
Dude, it's not quarterback either. Like it is quarterback, obviously, but it's. Gosh, watching the Bears play,
is so overrated.
Watching the Bears play is very like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's like trying to eat a bowl of nails. It's just so rough because they don't have a good running back. They have Allen Robinson, and he just gets double teamed every time because they're like, oh, go ahead, throw it to someone else.
They're always playing it safe.
Always playing it safe. It's like you can't. 2nd and 10 is not a running down if you're the Bears, and they treat it like it is.
And anytime anybody calls somebody out, like that's why Nick Foles, I'm sure he would start if they had a different coach because he called out their play calling, and he's like, this play calling is trash. And then what do you know? Now he's not starting
Now
anymore.
he's not starting. Mitch.
They throw Mitch back in there, and I'm pretty sure I was watching the game because it was going on before I came over.
It was.
He threw like 2 picks, or there was like a fumble. There was 2 defensive touchdowns from the Packers, and I was just shocked. I was just like, what are we doing here? Like, you have a great defense, but your offense is the bad defense. They're giving the team the other points.
It's hard to get a stop. Yeah, it's hard for that defense to get a stop when they're on the 30.
Yeah, and it's just all bad. Sorry, Bears fans.
What'd you think about the Raider game today?
I don't know.
43-6.
I don't know what I watched. I really don't know what I watched.
The Falcons absolutely stomped on them.
Yeesh.
43-6.
Dude,
I don't. Without Julio Jones, I don't know. Oh,
They can
so
beat the Chiefs,
bad.
but they can't fucking. Like,
Were they on the
so
road
bad.
or were they
Yeah,
home?
They were on the road.
Okay.
But still, 43-6.
Come on, you're going to Atlanta and you're playing indoors with no fans. It don't matter.
Yeah.
Come on, take some melatonin the night before. You'll be fine with the jet lag. God, Derek Carr was so bad. Josh Jacobs had a filthy stiff
And
one,
he's
though.
had a great season. This has like been the season where you kind of feel like, all right, him and Gruden have finally figured it out.
Yeah, they're finally gelling.
I was watching a talk show. I can't remember what show, but someone was basically making the point that Derek Carr, this is like his peak form. Like, this is probably the most you can get out of his upside
this
is
his
this
prime.
season. And, I mean, for that to happen, that's not good. I really want the Raiders to be good. I want that division to be more competitive for the Chiefs, but they're in a good spot. They're just going to steamroll right on through. And, okay, I fell asleep during this Chiefs-Bucks game because it was 17-0 first quarter. And I was like, first 3 drives, I watched Tom Brady go 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. And I just took a nap. I was over that. And then I wake up and it was 27-24.
27-24 was the final, yeah.
So, I mean, did y'all catch that? The end of that?
I
Was
didn't.
that?
No,
catch any of
basically, Tom drove him down to get him down by 3 with about 5 minutes left, or I don't even know.
Oh, man.
And then Chiefs just ran out the clock, just could not get a stop. It was
That's
like
tough.
It's like a minute 30, 3rd and 3 or something, and Chiefs they passed it and they got it. I'm like, ballsy ass Andy Reid, trust Patty. But yeah, no, I after the first quarter and Tyreek Hill had like 700 yards and 10 touchdowns in the first quarter, I was like, I don't really want to watch this right now.
Yeah, it just wasn't. I mean, I'm good for the Bucks for making it competitive because they really need to. They need to stay close to in games. They need to like create those playoff situations. Even if in a loss, you need to be competitive. They kind of started out the season where it was like, we're either going to win by a ton against this shitty team or we're going to get blown out because we're up against a playoff team. So if they can at least create those situations, those high-pressure situations, and learn to get past them, I still think they could make a good playoff run. But
Don't say it. Don't say that it was a Super Bowl matchup.
no, it was
Please
not
don't.
a Super Bowl matchup.
Okay,
If that
good.
was a Super Bowl matchup, I mean that was my picks. But right now, I'm not hot on the Bucks to actually make it to the Super
Yeah.
Bowl. Not anymore. Not until they actually beat somebody good. I don't know what's left on the schedule, but
I don't know either.
0-2 against the Saints, and I mean I don't care that the game was close because you kind of still got blown out by the Chiefs. They just took the foot off the gas clearly.
I have this weird feeling in the NFC playoffs that I have a feeling that the NFC East is going to win 1 or 2 games in the playoffs. I have the weird feeling. Get Danny Dimes in the playoffs and he's winning a game.
No way.
Yes.
Absolutely zero way. The
Nope.
Eagles, maybe.
Yes. No. Carson Wentz is the worst quarterback in that
Josh
division.
McCown almost beat freaking Russell Wilson last
Carson
year.
Wentz is the worst quarterback in that division.
Or maybe it wasn't Josh McCown. It was like Brian Hoyer. It was one of those.
You know who I didn't realize was still in the league that was playing today is Colt McCoy.
Oh yes,
No
he's the backup
way.
for the Giants.
Yeah,
He's the backup for the
What?
Giants. That was pretty cool. I was telling my dad, I was like, if you told me in 2011 that whenever Colt McCoy was at Texas fucking dicing up fools.
Yeah.
I was like, if you told me in 2011 that Colt McCoy is going to start for the Giants in a few years and they're going to be number 1 in their division and like I don't know, I would have been like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Like,
And then
yeah.
sure enough, he's playing for the first place Giants right now.
Yeah, I mean, given no context that it's literally the worst division of all time, you could kind of be like, oh yeah, that could happen.
That could happen, yeah. He
Colt,
could get you 10, 10,
his
11
draft
games.
stock was huge
Oh,
coming
dude.
out of the
Oh
league.
yeah.
And he went to UT, and so if you're good at Texas, it's like the Vince Young.
Yeah.
You're the GOAT. It's like the Notre Dame effect, too.
Yeah, for real.
Ian Book is going to get the Heisman if they win out. I guarantee you.
That's a tough program to be successful at. There's so much pressure to be
Oh,
good.
God, here we go with the frickin'. Then you're going to circle it back to Derek Jeter. To perform at Notre Dame and
We
the
could.
Yankees and
It
and the Lakers, it's so
How
much
about
harder.
Notre Dame though? Notre Dame almost blew it.
They'll beat the only reason that North Carolina was ranked is because they need TV ratings and they need Notre Dame
Yeah.
to act like they beat someone good.
Let's hype up the ACC,
Let's hype up.
even though they're all
Right.
shit.
So let's give them a 19th ranking. Like, come on, dude. I hate when they do that.
That would have been the first time North Carolina ever beat anybody in the top 3.
Mitch Trubisky, baby.
They're still defeated all time.
Mitch
It's a good
Trubisky.
stat.
But I mean, hey, they're a basketball school, so the fact that they were even close, that weird little backhanded flip though, that was a terrible play that worked out great for him.
I
You
didn't even
that?
see that, no.
So he rolled out to his left and throws a Brett Favre frickin' flick.
Little shovel.
Yeah, across his body, and it actually goes for like 7 yards. The tight end has to come back to it, and he catches it, and then just falls down and gets the first.
They got a potent little offense down in Chapel Hill.
Yeah,
They got their quarterback's not bad. He had like a 600-yard game last week or something.
Brian Kelly, good coach.
Good
Good coach.
I mean, he's revitalized the program. So.
I saw a super hot take today. This is kind of segueing off North Carolina a little bit, but someone's on Twitter. I don't remember who it was. It wasn't even like a football analyst. It was just completely random.
Yeah.
But they were saying, they're like, I'm calling it right now. Tom Brady's going to be the Michigan head coach by 2022.
He does not want to do that to himself.
There's no way.
Do you think he'll still be in the league in 2022?
Yeah.
2022.
Yeah.
It's 2 years. Well, this season, one more, and then
That means he gets another contract because his contract's up after next year.
yeah.
And that means he doesn't win a ring because he wants to go out with the ring. I think. I don't know.
I don't know.
Peyton Manning did.
It would be really sick if he got 7, because then he could.
That's untouchable.
That basically.
Seven's-
It's kind of like Jordan 6 for 6. It's just no one's really gonna do that.
And he did it without the whole, you were on the Patriots the whole time. That's why.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think that's what he really wants.
It'll be the
is
most
one
valuable
outside of
ring
New
he
England.
ever had.
Yeah.
Even
It's
though
like the LeBron versus the Warriors. It's like, no, I didn't have D Wade and Bosh. Like,
no, I had Kyrie,
Kyrie's not D Wade. I don't care
and
what
I
kind
had-
of.
nothing else. Like Tristan Thompson, Timothy Mozgov, and he got all
Kevin
those guys
Love.
paid too. That's a big thing.
Mozgov got paid.
Yeah, LeBron. I mean, like all these guys leave him, and they go get paid. Because they get overrated because they were
Yeah.
playing next to him.
Because
Like,
feeding
even
him
Rondo-
the ball and getting open because of him.
Even Rondo, he just went and got the good.
He got a
Good
1-year
contract.
deal for like what, 15? Yeah.
I mean, had he not been on the Lakers these
He's
past
out of the
2
league.
years, yeah, he's probably either out of the league or backup vetman
Yeah.
contract. And now
He
he's
did.
going to
He's
go
on
there.
there.
He's on there to educate rookies. He's not a
Yeah.
vital part of the team.
And like now, he's not going to get a lot of playtime being behind
Fuck
Trae
no.
Young and
No,
Chris
he's
Dunn. But
They're probably gonna play both of them at the same time, is what I would assume.
yeah,
What I'm pumped about is for him to bully Trae Young a little bit, get him tough.
but yeah. I mean,
He's gonna need to bully Trae Young because he's still.
he's so small. It's going to be hard for him to get tough. Like how much more meat can you put on?
well, I'm
his
saying
bones.
mentally tough and like
True.
teaching, like giving him a real mentor to the game. Because imagine at practice, Rondo's like he's gonna be like a Jimmy Butler. He's gonna pick up Trae Young full court in practice, and he's gonna talk hella shit to him. Like you either nut up or you shut up. Like I don't know. I think it's really good signing for the Hawks, where it's like you can have someone that's gonna push Trae Young and
Yeah.
try to get him to be better, and he try to give him that Rondo Jimmy Butler mindset.
I think the Hawks did good in free agency. The only thing I don't like is they're putting Cam Reddish on the back burner, and I want him to get a tons of play time. He's a player that I think could develop and be really, really good, but I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll remain to see that. He's going to have lots of his minutes cut, and that hurts your psyche as a young guy coming into the league, especially when you watch like other guys from your draft class go off.
Yeah.
Because even if they're not even a playoff team, but they get all this time and they get the points and they get the higher contracts, like Kuzma is probably really hating his situation right now, even though he's on a championship team. Every single guy in his draft class got paid.
Just got paid.
And he's now the 10th man.
Well, you could do the same thing with Lonzo, too. Everyone in the top 5 just got paid, and you didn't.
Yeah, Lonzo even worse, but Lonzo has bigger. He just needs to focus on basketball and just prove his worth in the league because he has bigger issues. Kuzma, I mean, he wasn't even expected to be this good, and then everyone loved him his rookie year, and we're like, oh yeah, he's going to be the 30-point third guy on the Lakers, and then it just didn't pan out that way.
The interesting about the Hawks is that the biggest win for them in the offseason was their draft pick. Onyeka Okongwu from USC.
Yeah.
Dude is a stud. I would not be surprised if he's Rookie of the Year or right there for it because, dude, I don't know. I saw him play at USC. He's like a Bam, dude. And I hate doing because everyone on ESPN did it. They're like, oh, he's like Bam. Well, it's like, okay, well, he's a rookie. You can't compare him to an all-NBA player right now. But, dude, he's good. He's savvy. He can pass. He can dribble. He can defend all 5. Like, he can slide with guards. He could rebound. He averaged like 2.5 blocks a game in college. Dude's a steal, and I don't know. It's good. It's the way the league is going is that I would never draft a guy who couldn't slide and defend with a point guard for a few steps. Or I don't know. Everyone on the court in NBA now needs to be able to pass the ball.
Yeah,
you
it's
have
not
to have
even
guys
that
who can pass the ball.
It's not even that the big is undervalued. It's that you have to be so good at everything now.
Like Bam is like. I don't know. He's perfect because he's a good passer. He's a good defender. He can get his bucket when he needs to. He's not the best scorer. He doesn't have a lot of post moves.
But he's still a good scorer.
And he'll get you 6 assists.
Yeah.
Just a lot of guys who have that savvy. That's the thing about the Heat. They had a lot of savvy basketball minds on the court at the same time.
Yeah. Having Dragic go down really took away the competitiveness of the finals, but I think it would have gone 6. Or wait, did it go 6?
It went 6.
But
it was a sloppy 6.
It didn't really even feel like it went 6 because Dragic wasn't there and the Lakers were just toying with him. I remember now. Yeah, they should have won in 5, but we got rid of that guy. Bye-bye, Danny.
Wide open 3 from the top.
Wide the freak open.
Hey, some guys just aren't built like that. He was built like that for the Spurs.
He was. Yeah, once upon a time.
He was. I mean,
he hit clutch ones back in the day.
He had the record for most threes in the finals.
I used to hate him because I was always rooting for the Heat. I was always rooting for the Heatles, and then those Spurs would come to town and just rue our day.
Let's talk about savvy basketball minds on the court.
Yeah. The Spurs aren't, I mean, what are they doing with their lives? They're stuck with DeMar.
Rebuild. Are they
building around DeMar though?
No. They're building around DeJounte and Lonnie Walker and
they're just waiting for that DeRozan contract to be up, and then they can really start rebuilding.
I think they're really using him as like a teacher guy. Like you're still gonna get your 20. We know you don't want to be here. It's not really beneficial for you to be here either.
Yeah.
We know you shoot only 2 threes a game.
It's like a mutual respect thing where it's like we need you because we need people in the stands for a sec, and we need you to teach our guys what it's like to be an NBA, like a vet, and then we're going to trade you to a team you want to go to, or we'll let you
and
go.
We'll get something for you.
I think they definitely respect him.
No,
especially because
they definitely do.
Like he was a very well respected player in Toronto, and then like LeBron was the only guy he would always falter to. And then Kawhi backed out on their franchise, so they kind of had to like just take him in. I think he's done well.
Yeah, he's a good pro. He's a good I don't know. He understands the business a lot. Like after that stuff in Toronto, he was like, it sucks, but shit, it's a business. And I always respected
Compton
the
guy.
He was the other one with Kevin Love who came out about the mental health stuff, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
He was a big proponent of the mental health stuff too.
I can imagine because he would get chewed. He was probably one of the first where like NBA Twitter would just rip him a new one. The baby dinosaurs was like that was the meme. Is LeBron would just come in and freaking sweep him. Even the one time they took him 6, it didn't feel like it. It felt like they got swept. It's just they were the baby dinosaurs for a while. And Kyle Lowry would get clowned all the time. Like Lowry's now proved himself to be like very well respected himself. Like it used to be that 2-and-2 tandem, you could never figure out who even was the main star.
Yeah.
And now that they've split, I don't know who has a better career, Lowry or DeRozan.
It's the bling bling. Kyle Lowry has the ring.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. Because I'm pretty sure they've made each like 3 or 4 All-Star games.
Yeah.
Averages like 18 to 20 points.
It's not like either of them have an MVP or anything.
Yeah.
No. And like I think DeRozan, he plays like he should be a 1, like the main guy, but he's never going to be the guy that carries you the whole way. Where Lowry, he can play as a piece, which he did great. He did a great job that year they won, just 2 years ago. It doesn't even feel like 2 years ago. Time is flying.
It really does not.
That finals was insane.
And it's starting up in a month, dude. Less than a month.
I know.
We're already right back into it.
I hope LeBron just sits out the first 10 games and says, fuck you guys.
I mean, why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Everybody else gets to load manage and no one bats an eye.
Say you go like 5-5 or 6-4. Okay, you're still probably going to get the 2 seed.
It's literally because LeBron's compared to Michael Jordan, and Michael Jordan didn't game or load manage.
Yeah, I know.
That's literally it.
Every game of the season.
That's literally it.
Whatever.
He's got to start. Yeah, I feel like once he went back to the Cavs, like what was that 6 years ago? He's like, I got to start legacy building ASAP. And now he's just in legacy building mode. Give me the Marc Gasols, give me the Montrezl Harrells. Like we're going again. The time's now. It's pretty cool. Yeah. If you want to talk about your Lakers signings a little bit,
I definitely want to touch on it. Everyone, I think, is overhyping the Trez signing a little too much. Like Lakers Twitter is. Like y'all need to calm down. He's not even gonna be that big for us. Honestly, he's just gonna be one of those guys that's playing while LeBron's off the court for 10 minutes, and he needs to hold his own, get his points, and one thing he needs to improve is his defense around the rim, because he's not a tall guy, but he's going to have to guard the 4s and the 5s. We lost all our athleticism around the rim. Gasol's a great defender, but he's he stays put. He knows where his spot should be. So we're going to need that juice. And I don't know. I want to see him do well for us, but he's going to really need to focus on his defensive identity this year. Now, I'm super hyped about Schroeder. Everyone's kind of mixed feelings about him, but I'm high on him. I think that you can't really find a much better replacement for Rondo. Obviously, he doesn't have the playoff experience, and he's not playoff Rondo where his stats all of a sudden just get a lot better because he's in the playoffs. But I think when you play around LeBron, good things start to happen. You start to look like a different player. And
the thing with Schroeder is he's not going to be on the floor with LeBron, really.
No.
He's going to lead that second unit, and then LeBron's going to defer to him a lot in the regular season. I guarantee you LeBron in the regular season might not even put up like 25 because he's not going to need to. Anthony Davis can get his 30, and if Schroeder gets the 20, I mean, LeBron.
And they need to keep AD real happy. They do.
Yeah. Well, I think LeBron's doing a more than adequate job of that.
Yeah.
He's making AD.
He hasn't signed yet, though, huh?
No.
He has to sign this year, right? Like he's completely free agent.
They're waiting for December, whatever it is, for
whatever
Giannis.
The cutoff is.
Yeah, they're probably figuring out
because Giannis's cutoff is pretty soon for the super mega fucking Brinks truck contract. Like I think it's like 5. I
still wouldn't take it.
Was it 5 for $250 or 5 for $240 or something?
I mean, there's no price on being stuck in Milwaukee.
Oh, he should 100% leave. But I think
they offer him $42 million a year.
They probably will. They're going to offer him the whole farm.
They're going to give him
literally
the Kawhi treatment
in
where
Milwaukee,
it's like,
Wisconsin.
Remember in Toronto, they were like, Kawhi, if you re-sign, like you never have to pay for anything in Toronto ever again.
In Canada ever again.
There was like a guy that owned a private jet company, and he's like, yeah, you can have one of my jets
if you just come back.
If you stay with Toronto.
Can you do that? Like, is that a legal tactic?
Probably not.
Like, can you Can you just be like, yeah, if you sign with our team, like we know some dude that's a
if you sign it off as like an
you
endorsement, he probably could just say, "Oh yeah, he's just
I'm representing Miles Coffee Jet fucking company or whatever."
It's a marketing flight, and he's just flying around wherever the hell he wants.
And I think if like me and Dylan are the assistant GMs or whatever, and we're offering you a contract, like we can't have the private jet dude like
there
be with us or like in contact with us.
But
it just
on
has
the side, he'll be like,
who's going to stop that from happening? It's just a private company giving a player
it'd
this.
be like Adidas signing you.
Yeah. So I think he could easily be done. And then think about it. He walks into a restaurant.
He ain't paying for shit. Yeah,
hey, it's on us. You walk into a bar, like
whatever you want to drink. Yeah,
you can't regulate that. Yeah. So
I think he kind of missed out on that. I mean, I don't know.
Just being the king of Toronto for a little bit.
It would be a pretty cool thing.
It fits his personality so well.
Yeah, I thought for a second there he was going to do it. And then I was convinced he was going to go to the Lakers. And even as much as I want everybody to go to the Lakers, I kind of didn't want that to happen because then it's like a Warriors where it's like, how am I going to root for this?
That.
How am I going to root for a just all-star team?
And then your man Braun's legacy gets tainted.
Yeah, and then it's like, then who really carried them to the rings? Was it Kawhi or was it LeBron? So I'm glad he didn't do that. But really, going to the basement, the Staples Center, and going to the Clippers, you
ain't going to be the king of L.A.
No, and he tried. He did the stupid commercial before he won the ring.
Yeah, the thing.
Kawhi Town,
baby.
Themselves,
bro.
This has nothing to do with it at all.
Those freaking arrogant pricks.
Nothing to do with it at all. But fuck, Kawhi looked good in the Raptors uniform. That red
he did.
He looked fire when they wore their reds in the finals. Him and Van Vliet and Lowry.
Yeah, I really loved that
team.
The
colors look good.
The chemistry was perfect.
Him and Nick Nurse. I mean, from the outside looking in, they look like they really got along. I think because Nick Nurse is kind of
they understood the load management thing better than anybody else.
Nick Nurse is kind of like a grinded out guy because he's been through the G League. He's he's paid his dues, and Kawhi's like 16th overall or 15th overall, grinded, kind of left on the back burner of the Spurs. I think they meshed really well. I think that team was just really, really, really well put together, and they ran into a Warriors team that they could just out-discipline. Because I think if the Warriors played a team that wasn't as disciplined and like gritty and just like
more
vets,
kind of run and gun,
savvy,
almost.
Like I don't know. Like say like an OKC with Westbrook and Durant back in the day, like a younger, like the fact that they ran into a Raptors team who is very seasoned with a lot of experience, I think that really hurt the Warriors a lot. I think they would have wanted to see the Celtics or they would have wanted to see the Bucks. I don't think they wanted to see Kawhi at all. I think
not at all.
They got a good little thing.
Right
in Toronto,
place, right time over there. Yeah, and they still have a good thing. They're still. I mean, if Giannis went there, that's a great spot for him.
Yeah, if Giannis went to Toronto, that'd be fucking dope.
And that gets NBA Twitter all rallied around a guy trying to do it on his own. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that would be a beautiful thing. And it's not like he's joining a team that doesn't have pieces. They would be perfectly set. You don't have to build. You don't have to add anybody. Just plug them in.
Yeah. This is way out of left field. I don't even know why I'm thinking this, but
do it.
Shoot it.
What about Giannis to the Mavs?
Oh, that would be dirty.
That would be insane. The pick and rolls there would be stupid.
That's what I'm saying.
And you could take a lot of pressure off Porzingis. You could play him like 25 minutes a night so his freaking legs don't snap.
You're not depending on him at that point.
And you could literally just put Porzingis in the corner. Honestly.
Yeah. Don't worry about that guy. He's probably going to tear his ACL again. I mean, knock on wood.
I hope not.
Dude,
every time that guy plays, he's hurt. It pisses me off because I love watching him play.
It's a whole lot of body you got to take care of at 7'2",
7'2" or 3", whatever he is.
It's a whole lot of blood flowing all the way to your freaking toes, dude. That's a lot of body. It's
I can't imagine being 7 feet tall. I can't imagine it.
I mean, we can go with a long list of big men who just develop one lower leg problem and
they're done.
It's done because you just can't. It's hard to rehab when you're that freaking big and you're putting that much pressure on your joints and your bones.
Yeah, at least his play style, it's not. He doesn't have to use his torque. He doesn't have to use his athletic ability.
Yeah.
He can shoot, so he should be able to still be in the league for a long time if he can figure out his training and just staying healthy.
Also, he's still, I mean, he's like 24 or 25. He's still not really a grown-ass man. Like, he's still...
Porzingis is?
Yeah,
he's young.
I did not realize that. I thought he was like 26, 27 at least.
When he was tearing it up on the Knicks, he was a baby.
He was like 21, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so... Yeah, Giannis to the Mavs, that you're onto something. That would be really good.
If anyone can get it done, it's Mark Cuban, baby.
That's funny because that's what made me think of it, because I watched some video like right before you guys got here of Mark Cuban like going over his daily routine, and this fool literally, if there's a Mavs game, he gets to the arena like 2 or 3 hours before they play, and they have mics on all the rims and shit, and he just puts up shots and just he's like, dude, hearing the sound of a swish over the big speakers is so sick. You're the only one in there. Like all the players know. I'm like, damn, bro, like that'd be so sick. Because he's like, yeah, owning the Mavs was like one of my childhood dreams like come true. So like every time there's a game, I'm down there putting up shots. And then he was like in the middle of an interview, and he's like, oh, because he was like, I have 4 different phones that I'm on. I have 700 emails a day. And he like pulls one out of his pocket, and he's like, oh, it's just my GM. Do we want to trade for some guy? No. Puts it back in. I'm like, what?
No, not feeling that guy. Let me get my shots back up.
Dude,
Like, we don't want a freaking, I can't think of a player, but imagine he just gets a text. He's like, dude, what? You're messing up my workout. Like, shut the fuck up.
Like, no, don't bother me with that shit.
I love owners in sports that like are very, very invested in their team.
Yeah.
And like, because I feel like it comes down to like the stuff where they talk about like it's top down. If you got steadiness up on the top, and it naturally just filters down. And I think that like the Mavs is one of those things where it's like, whenever you put on a jersey, you're Mark Cuban's favorite person in the world.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know, it gives you confidence. Like shit, like the dude at the very, very top like wants to know my wife's name.
Yeah,
cares
exactly.
about what my kid's
He
school
actually
is.
cares about your personal life, not just are you going to get me a ring, are you going to bring me fans, are you going to do this, are you going to do that?
How much
much
net
money,
worth are you bringing me in? That's half these owners. That's all they care about.
Season tickets. Like no,
like they bought
really
a
cool.
sports team because they knew it was gonna
It's a money
up
maker
their portfolio. But did they really even? They might be a basketball fan, but they're not the same way Cuban or the Clippers guy, Ballmer. Yeah, like it's like the reverse of you're only as strong as your weakest link. Well, you can only be as strong as your strongest link. You know, so if your strongest link has lots of upside, then you have a lot more potential.
Yeah, I mean, even look at the fucking A's. He's like the richest sports owner in sports.
Yeah,
and will spend zero money on the fucking A's.
That's a greedy motherfucker.
Don't even want to talk about it. But like, if you were to make me the owner of the Kings right now, I would not give 2 fucks. I would care how much money we make, but I would.
If I'm a billionaire, I don't give a fuck.
I would be so invested on just the team and making that. Like, that's why Mark Cuban. I love the way Mark Cuban approaches the Mavericks, because when they lost to the Heat in 2006. When he thought that the refs were like, and David Stern,
he were like conspiring against him.
He ran on the court after fucking Game 7 or whatever, or Game 6, and David Stern was there doing the championship thing, and he's like, I'm fucking selling my team. I'm never being a part of an organization with you ever again. Like your league is rigged. Like he genuinely gives a shit about winning the title.
Yeah.
Like
that's a beautiful
it's awesome,
thing.
dude. It's awesome.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't know about all these owners, but like the Cleveland owner. What's his name? Dan
Gilbert?
Yeah.
Is that him?
I think it is. But he's the opposite. He just creates controversy with all his players. He freaking pissed off LeBron. I mean, had not LeBron wanted to win one just for Cleveland, he never would have been there. He never would.
No.
He's so lucky that you have the best player of that generation and for the next 20 years. And he wanted to win so badly for your city that he put up with all your bullshit. And when he left to the Heat, he goes off. First thing he says, "Oh, he quit on us against the Mavericks. He quit on us. He cried about this and that." And like, what? Why are you doing that? That's just not a good look. How are you going to get the next big superstar if you're shitting on your superstars?
But that's the other thing. I feel like some of these owners, like, they got so much money, but they're like unheard of money. You know what I'm saying? Like, they own these companies and no one's ever heard of them. So they're just like, how do I get my name in the media? Let's create some fucking controversy. Yeah. And there's just like people out there like that just always like any media is good media, right? Like any news is good news. Like anything is good for them, and they don't care if it's bad or good or neutral. Like they just want to be in the headlines. They want to be that fucking drama.
Yeah, they're not thinking about the repercussions of like, dude, you're screwing your free agency for the next 30 years as long as you're there.
What is there like a? I feel like is it an ownership? Like the fraternities, I'm just saying, like the ownership of basketball, the fraternity of them, all 30 of them, like when they sit around, like say they're on a fucking campfire and they all sit down, like, do you think at 10% of them are diehard basketball fans and like care about their team? Because like honestly,
really
I get the feeling that the motives
of the whole league, you're saying 10%?
Yeah, so say like 5 of them. That's not 10%. 3 would be 10%. But is it like I feel like it's a mindset change that needs to happen for owners to give a shit about what's going on about their team.
Yeah. I'd say I'd give it maybe 20%.
Like
that actually give a fuck.
If we had 30 Mark Cubans, which is hard because no one's going to get that fired up day in and day out, personalities and shit. But like if we had 30 people who gave a shit about what's going on in the day in and day outs of their franchise, like I'm not saying the league would be better, but because it is really good right now. I'm not saying we're in a bad place.
And there's only one championship winner, so it's like there's only one that can take the cake every year. So,
but maybe this stuff like the Dan Gilbert stuff wouldn't happen if people were just. You just focus on the wrong thing, man. You're really just focused on the wrong thing.
Yeah. Like Michael Jordan's, like the GM and all the shit he had to put up with the Bulls. It's just that's remarkable that you're jealous of the whole point of you owning a sports team is to get your superstar and make him known, the most known person in the world, and then you get that, and then you're jealous of the fame that he has, and you're trying to take the credit. Mm-hmm. Look at what I built. It's like, no, you have Michael Jordan. You were riding his coattails, and there's nothing you can do about it. How's our stream? We haven't had any lag today, huh?
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Beautiful. The internet's working great.
Finally.
Anybody tuning in, feel free to ask away with some questions.
Yeah, we can jump into any questions that you guys got. We don't have a whole bunch of people watching right now, but if any of them...
Hey, we appreciate you, though.
Shout out. Every single person is very much appreciated.
Don't forget to hit up our YouTube page, too. This will be live on YouTube afterwards.
Yes, sir.
Probably up tomorrow or the next day.
WTF, baby. Washington football team.
Oh, speaking of Washington football team, didn't they win the other day?
Yes, we did. 41-16 over the Cowboys.
They got first place in the division for a whole solid 3 days.
Until Danny Dimes. Don't even get me started about Danny Dimes, dude.
I think they're a good football team. Speaking of, if somebody in the NFC East might actually make a little run or win a game or two, I hope the football team makes that because I think they could.
They have some dogs on that defense. Chase Young is going to be a defensive player of the year within the next 2 or 3 years.
And
the dude is insane. He's insane.
I think if anybody's gonna ruin somebody's season, it could be like an Alex Smith. I don't like Danny Dimes. I just think he's not a good pick from the start. But I still believe in Alex Smith, and I think he has something to prove.
Exactly. I think if there was going to be a late season run, I think he could definitely pull it off.
And they got a good, like you said, their front line is devastating.
Yeah.
It is.
Were we talking about Giants or Redskins?
The
football team.
The football team.
Oh. I thought you said Danny Dimes.
Racist motherfucker.
Cancel culture.
2020.
Sorry.
Get with the times.
I'm sorry. Sorry, Dan
You're
Snyder.
never getting a job.
I'm sorry, Dan Snyder.
I'm calling your college.
If you ever want a job, I'm sending him this clip.
Hold on. Where's our jar? Do we have like a skins jar where if you say Redskins and not football team, you put it like a curse jar? You put a dollar in the jar?
You want a racist jar every time we get racist?
Yeah, I don't know how that one's going to play over.
Every time, yeah. So there's a dollar in the jar. I'm sorry, Dan Snyder, the football team. But yeah, no, their front line is devastating, and Antonio Gibson is a real running back. He's showing.
Yeah, he is.
And if Alex Smith can play off the play action and do the dick and duck like Andy Reid had him doing, we were just talking when we were pre-live, before the show, pre-live. That
I was thinking of something else, and I'm glad you didn't go there.
Yeah, no, we can go there. Ron Rivera is a more than capable head coach, and Norv Turner is a more than capable offensive coordinator, and I feel like when you watch the Washington football team on defense, it seems like they have an identity, which is weird.
Yeah.
They have an identity. They give a shit.
Well, because they're coached by Ron Rivera.
Yeah, I agree. I was talking about Ron Rivera. When he was going through his cancer treatment, he would have to coach practice in a golf cart because he would get too exhausted standing up from treatment.
Wow.
And he would go to treatment like two times a week or maybe once a week. And then, dude, the dedication, like the top-down thing. If your coach is that dedicated to the betterment of your team, it just naturally rejuvenates. As a team, it rejuvenates you to want to do better for him.
Do you think Mike McCarthy's doing that?
Not at all.
No, he's out there smashing watermelons because he doesn't know what the fuck to do.
You guys know about
watermelon?
That? No.
You don't know about that?
I need to hear this story.
Dude, against the Vikings. Okay, so they played really well, and they fucking beat the Vikings. But you know what he did before? And we should talk about this because this is kind of an interesting thing, and I think people that were upset at it, they actually do have a right to. he got some watermelons out and started smashing them like with an axe, and that was like a morale
to get him hyped or something.
Yeah, like let's do this, guys. And Shannon Sharp, I'm a big fan of Undisputed. I watched Skip and Shannon. Shannon, his whole thing was like, man, if my coach did that, and like he played in the 80s, and racism was definitely a lot more of a bigger thing, but he took it as like, why are you, like, you have a predominantly black team and you're out here pulling out watermelons and smashing them?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't even think about that.
So, you know what? If you just take it for what it is, man, is it really racist? I don't think it is.
Yeah, I don't think he meant it in a racist way.
No, and I don't think he meant it that way at all. But you have a predominantly black team. Yeah, it's 2020. We can get triggered about anything, and I just think it's in bad taste. I don't think you're thinking about the respect factor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dude, just pick cantaloupes.
Cantaloupes, a coconut, pumpkins.
Pumpkins would have been great. It's freaking Thanksgiving time. Like, you could have done anything.
But on the flip side of that, like, if something's going to explode in a grand way when you smash it, a watermelon.
Watermelon's pretty good.
Yeah.
Obviously, he wasn't thinking about this stuff.
Yeah, no, I think he was literally just like, how am I going to get him hyped up? And he was like, fuck, we got some watermelons in the locker room. Like, let's just fucking beat the shit out of him real quick.
I don't want to steer too far off of the NFC East because I liked what we were getting into. But it's like the old Cavs coach. They hired him from Michigan, Jim Boeheim or John Boeheim.
Yeah.
And then he called after they lost their first like 6 games, and he's like, "You guys are playing like a bunch of thugs." And then everyone is like, "Whoa, that's there's some racist connotation to it."
I remember that.
And it's like I don't think he's realizing what he's saying. I think he's just saying thugs because you guys aren't trying, or I don't even know what he's associating the word with. But like the team, it did not go over well with the team at all. So I mean, he was out at the halfway through the season, and he signed like a 4-year contract. So with these coaches, I don't know if it's the disconnect because they're old white dudes.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're a product of their times too.
Yeah, but yeah. So humor me real quick. I got a question for both of you guys. Rank the quarterbacks in the NFC East right now.
I'm gonna need you to list them for me real quick.
It's just Carson Wentz, Andy Dalton, Alex Smith, and Danny Dimes.
Alex Smith number 1, Danny Dimes number 2, and then you could interchange the others.
Dylan.
Oh, wow.
I have a follow-up question, so don't go too in deep. I just want to know your list right now.
Yeah, I'm going to go Smith number 1 because I just think if anybody's going to make a run this year, it's him. I don't like anybody. I don't like anybody else.
You have to choose. I
think call me crazy. I think I'm going to go Dalton.
Okay.
Actually, and then I'm going to go Dimes, and easily Carson Wentz takes the cake for the worst. He's just been awful.
I got Danny Dimes, Alex Smith, Dalton, and then Carson Wentz. So we all have Carson Wentz last.
Yeah.
Okay. My follow-up question is...
He's also the highest paid on that list.
God, he's terrible. So my follow-up question is, we're talking about who's winning the NFC East. Does the quarterback list, is that going to be your standings list? Is that how you're going to see it? Like, so you guys listed Alex Smith as your number 1. I listed Danny Dimes. So is that...
And they're all, within a game of each other right now?
Yeah, they're tied, theoretically, I think. But
at what, 4 and 7?
That's a huge thing. Do you have the best quarterback or the top 2 quarterback in your division?
Is the best quarterback going to translate to the playoff team out of the NFC East?
95% of the time, yeah. I think for any division, really, you got.
I guess that is true.
You got to match with what you're up against. Like the Raiders,
with a few exceptions. I guess you're right.
Like the Raiders, they can play good against the Chiefs, but they're so far. Derek Carr, Patrick Mahomes, like the gap is insane. So
the only one I can really think of is the AFC South because Deshaun Watson's the best quarterback in that division, but Tannehill's
worst
there
team
in first.
In the division, yeah.
But it was just kind of a funny thing to think about because, like, what edge are we going to give to one of these teams in the NFC East? I'm trying to think of it, and I don't know. I think it is the quarterback. Maybe. I don't know. Danny Dimes to me, I think can do it, and I love the fact you guys said Carson Wentz last because I think he needs to be benched ASAP because Jalen Hurts is going to be a very good pro if he just gets a chance.
I mean, why'd you waste a pick on him if you're not willing to throw him in there?
What are you waiting on? Exactly. Like, what are you waiting on?
I'm sure it would bring your team morale up because at this point, how can you even trust this Carson Wentz guy? Every time playoffs comes around, he gets hurt. And
he didn't win you the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he wasn't the one that won you the Super Bowl.
Big Dick Nick.
And now, for real. And then he's just not playing well. He's playing like he went to North Dakota State.
Yeah.
And that's where he went.
Was it North Dakota State or South Dakota State?
No, it's
Is
the
it the
yellow
Jackrabbits?
and green.
Is that where fucking Caleb and them are going?
No, they're Black Hills State, something like that. Rolling Hills, something.
Oh yeah, they
Oh,
weren't. They
shit.
weren't a state university.
Yeah, Kyle Kettlehat, he's going somewhere.
They
pretty
go to the
good.
same one.
Yeah, they
Are
go
they
to the
both
same
going?
place.
Shout out to Caleb.
And
Congratulations.
Caleb's still playing?
Congratulations. Yeah, he's still playing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, shout out you guys. I honestly haven't kept up on you guys. I freaking miss you guys.
Well, he also had the gender reveal yesterday, so
Having a son.
having a son.
That's dope.
Congratulations.
Oh, wow.
That's
Son.
dope. Keeping the Kettle Hut name alive.
Yeah, but the Carson Wentz needs to be benched.
Facts.
It needs to happen, and I don't know, maybe a Doug Peterson switch. But the thing with that is that they feel like they kind of owe him something because he was a main part of their Super Bowl run. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're doing in this Philadelphia sports because the Sixers are actually looking good. I don't want no.
They're a
no, I said
dumpster
that.
fire.
Hey, they got Dwight.
Yeah.
They got Dwight, though.
To segue, what are your guys' thoughts on the Saints Broncos game today?
That was awesome. So much fun to watch.
So if you guys don't know, all their quarterbacks were either hurt or COVID, right?
Yeah.
Or were they all
Yeah.
COVID?
They were all COVID, I think. Yeah.
They were all COVID.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, because one guy got it, and then all of them were around them
The
at
It was
the
Drew
time
Lock,
without
and
a
then
mask.
I don't even know who.
It was the QB coach, I think, got it, and then they were all around each other without a mask
Yeah.
or some bullshit.
Wow. Well, I mean, you can't expect them to be wearing a mask every 5 seconds at practice or
Yeah.
whatever it is. So
And then Breeze is out too because he's got like
Oh,
fucking
dude,
30
he-
cracked ribs.
Yeah.
He just got landed on by that. I don't even who. It was Ndamukong Suh, wasn't it? No, it wasn't.
Some big lineman.
no, Ndamukong
He went
Suh's
from
on
like
the Bucs.
5 broken
on the
ribs to
Bucs, yeah.
11.
Oh,
overnight.
yeah. You are right.
But he
You're
had
right.
like punctured lung, 6 broken ribs.
No,
4
11.
11.
He went from 5 one night to 11 the next day. Like they did more looking into it or more X-rays.
It's
or
like his
something.
entire freaking rib cage.
I was
Like, how
gonna
many
say.
ribs do you even have?
I think it's
I
like
think he got,
16.
yeah, like maybe 20.
Wow.
God, that's terrible. But yeah, that's.
That sucks. I want Drew Brees to get one
Yeah.
more.
But the Broncos
Or at least
emergency starting
close.
quarterback had a good day. He was 1 for 9,
With 2 yards
two
or something.
2 interceptions.
2 picks?
He had a good day.
He did as well as
it was a
about
good-
I would have done.
It was a
Yeah.
good debut. It was a good debut. Yeah, I would say.
Like,
I
yeah,
like-
honestly, if you started for the Broncos today, that probably
I
would have
should
been your
put- yeah,
stats.
yeah.
13 yards, 1 and 9, 2 picks.
Dude, I could have completed one
Oh,
shovel
you would have
pass.
been better?
No. I could have completed. Listen, first drive, handoff. All right, 2nd and 9. Then bring the guy in motion and do the thing where they just throw it in front of him and it's a completed pass.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
one-
where you just kind of.
Oh, yeah. Shovel pass.
There's 1 for 1 for 4
There you
yards
go.
right there. There's 1 for 1 for 4
Or
yards.
negative 2.
Do it to Jerry Jeudy and he'll give us 8. And then 3rd and 2, halfback screen, bam, brushes off a 15-yarder. I'm 2 for 2 for 20 yards now.
So,
I could have done better. Sign me.
yeah, it sounds like you need to be like offensive coordinator or some shit.
Oh, dude, yeah, I could. I'm convinced. Especially for the
he could be
Titans.
an offensive coordinator in any sport.
All those Madden days, you got it down now.
I guess so. Shit.
I mean,
What's cover 2 again?
the NFL has really started to play like Madden, though. Like, I don't know, the new college, the introduction of college version offenses, it's helping all these rookie quarterbacks come out and
and
feel
actually
comfortable.
perform.
Yeah, they can perform right away. I mean, it used to be you draft a quarterback, I don't care if he's number 1 overall. He's going to sit for
He's
a
sitting
year.
for at least
maybe
a year.
2.
Yeah, at least a year.
Like, I mean, Tom Brady did that. I know he's 4th rounder, but still.
7th runner.
yeah, he was
7th?
7th. Yeah,
Oh,
he was
wow.
like the 200 and something pick, I want to say.
Wow. But yeah, I mean, that whole mantra of sit your quarterback is going away. Maybe they for Tua's case, they might have put him in a little early.
Yeah, but I think they were kind of at the place where we're like, fuck it can't get any worse.
Yeah, but
Another.
but they shouldn't. They were 3-3. I think they're still winning games with Fitz.
They just beat the Jets today, 20-3.
Yeah, but the Jets have what, 1 win?
So I think there's 0. There's
Jets are
7.
Oh, they're
tanking
still
for
0?
Somebody.
Eh, that's
7
not
and
a bad
4,
idea.
I think. 7 and 4.
Who are they tanking for, you think?
It has to be Trevor.
But
Yeah.
can't he just say, fuck it, I'm not going to
Yeah.
the draft
Yeah,
this
he
year?
could. He could play his
That's
4th year
exactly
out.
what I would do. If they came in last and had the first pick, you're like, fuck, do I want to go to the Jets?
I would just
What
say
would
screw college football and screw the NFL too. I'm just gonna
Yeah,
wait a
work
whole
out.
year.
Yeah. And just work out.
Just go find frickin' some quarterback coach and just show highlights of you throwing
Yeah.
routes
Yeah.
to
I would
a bunch of undrafted guys.
for sure hire like a retired not superstar quarterback, but like a retired guy who's played in the league for a while that just wants to show you the ropes for a bit.
Okay, great idea. He should just start a 7-on-7 league for anybody that didn't get drafted, and then just do that.
Not get hit.
Yeah, and dude, that shit would get major TV ratings if you could just watch Trevor Lawrence play flag football.
Can't he get paid too if he's not in college?
Oh yeah, he would totally be allowed.
Paid, yeah. Think of all the sponsors and shit you could get for that too.
Well, no, it wouldn't be huge, but it's Trevor Lawrence.
It would get probably more ratings than the XFL did.
That's what I was just about to say. I was like, I think they'd do better than the XFL. The XFL should just do that.
Whatever T-shirt Trevor Lawrence wears in these things, slap a fucking Coca-Cola symbol on there.
Yeah, exactly.
Have y'all ever watched like they do like the high school 7-on-7 tournaments out in Disney? Dude, that shit's fun to watch.
Yeah, it is.
And it's like a bomb every play.
Yeah, what is it? There's no line, right? It's
there's no line. It's just there's a center that snaps it. And I'm pretty sure that same guy goes out for a pass too.
I was gonna say he's eligible, I think.
Yeah, so like it's really fun. It's every pass is at least 15 to 20 yards down the field, and like
two-hand touch type thing or wrap up or.
Yeah, I think it's great practice for both sides. Like even as a defensive player, you're getting reps every play.
You got to launch the ball within a certain amount of time.
Yeah, they have like a counter. I think they give you like it's actually pretty long.
Oh wow.
They give them a lot of time.
Yeah.
So, hell, I would do that if I was Trevor Lawrence because I don't want to go to the Jets.
No.
It's like Khalil Mack in that Great Bears defense. You might have your whole career wasted, or you might get looked at as a bad player when it's like, dude, you're not even Sam Darnold. Is he bad? I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know either. That's why they were saying if the Jets get the number 1 pick, someone should take a flyer on him.
Yeah, I would give him a second chance.
Yeah, they were saying the Niners might be a good little second chance spot.
It would be USC kid come back to Cali. I'd like to see it. I'm over Jimmy G.
I think I'm over porn star Jimmy too. I think I'm over him as well. But you know who I want the Niners to get is I want them to just go get Matt Ryan.
He should just go to modeling.
Matt Ryan should get the fuck out
of
the league.
Jimmy G.
Oh, yeah. Jimmy G, 100%.
You should just go to modeling. He could be a Calvin Klein star.
Hollister, go be a Hollister. Fucking go be the
stand
LeBron.
out in front of Hollister.
Go be the Tom Brady. You can't be the Tom Brady of football. Go be the Tom Brady of Hollister.
Hollister record sales today. Jimmy G stood outside for 7 hours.
That'd be awesome.
We gave him $14 an hour.
He was like,
there was panties everywhere.
He was like, yeah, I was 52 of 56 customers for $386,000, and I had a pick though. I lost one.
Oh man,
he could make a killing.
That's the thing, bro. Like, if I'm one of these athletes and I know I'm not going to be like one of the greats, or I'm not going to like, because I feel like at some point these guys got to realize like, okay, I'm not fucking Tom Brady. I'm not fucking Adrian Peterson. I'm not one of the superstars. What can I use this to launch into my next venture that I'm going to make money? Whether it's the money you've made and you're going to start a business, or whether it's I'm going to be a fucking YouTube star now, or I'm going to be a model, or I'm going to be an influencer, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do that, or like Pat McAfee, like him starting his own show and being an analyst, and like Tony Romo and shit. Like those guys thrive in this shit, but they weren't ever elite players. I mean, Tony Romo was fucking good, don't get me wrong, but like,
not Tom Brady.
He's not Tom Brady, and hearing him literally call out every single play that's about to happen in the booth is a lot more entertaining to me than him going to the playoffs and losing every year.
It's.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna. It's like I love when these these guys want to get into announcing, like Draymond. Like Draymond wants to be on Inside NBA TNT.
NBA. He's a great.
And like CJ McCollum did the same thing when he was hurt for like a month straight. He was just working for the Blazers media.
Yeah.
For the Blazers media team, like while he was hurt. And it's like it circles back to our conversation about professional athletes. As soon as they retire, I think it's more than 30%, Dylan. I don't know if you were saying just NBA or just NFL.
For NFL, I remember they went over the stat. It was 33%.
And I think for all of sports, it's got to be a little bit higher because dudes really fall off, and it's because they just don't know what should I go into after, or it's like no thinking of what do I want to do after. I mean, it's really hard to do because you're making millions and you're playing the game you love.
That's why it's so important for these guys to actually get degrees. Like even if you're going to be a one and done basketball guy, keep doing your schooling.
Yeah.
Lots of the guys do it too. They'll get their degree and it's like, yeah, it's my 5th year in the NBA, but I just got my degree done. good for you, dude,
Either
because you
that
never
or
know.
Take that signing bonus and invest it into something.
Yeah.
That's the problem that a lot of these guys do. They don't invest their money. They just fucking spend.
Like, realize you're now a businessman. You're not just a sports...
You are an entrepreneur of your own brand now.
Yeah. The guy that I always think of, who, I mean, I don't even remember him as a football player. I'm sure people back in the day do, but Spice Adams, Mr. Ha Ha.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's retired 49er Bear, and I'm just looking at his bio here. And, he's got a little social media platform, and he's super well-known now, probably more well-known than he ever was as a football player.
Yeah.
And all that boosted off of being like a D lineman or an O lineman. I honestly don't even know what he did as a football player, but good for him.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean, if you have any professional sports experience, there's a market for you doing something with media, whether it's your own show, whether you're commentating on something, like even fucking Deion Sanders is part of Barstool Sports now. Like all these guys find their own little fucking media afterwards.
Primetime can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
I wish they were trying to get Peyton Manning to do Monday Night Football. I wish we had Deion and Peyton Manning doing Monday Night Football.
That would be hilarious.
How fucking good would that be?
Deion and Barkley talking to each other during the match was kind of funny this last weekend because they phoned in or whatever, and they had Shaq and Kenny and Ernie on, and Shaq's giving Barkley shit in his ear while they're playing, and that kind of shit to me is funny as fuck too. Like what golf is doing right now with that kind of thing is launching golf to from being everyone our age now, all dudes our age, it seems like, wants to play fucking golf. Everyone's getting into golf. The fact that golf itself is having Tiger and Phil play with Tom Brady and Peyton Manning, or this last weekend, Phil Mickelson, Barkley, Peyton Manning, and Steph Curry. It's getting people to watch golf and actually realize, okay, golf's a fucking sport that takes skill. It's kind of interesting to watch, and then you get the commentary of fucking Barkley talking to a professional golfer who he probably, how many times has he met Phil Mickelson? Probably a handful of times before that.
Yeah.
It's just fun to watch them all interact and golf's such a laid back sport, or it can be such a laid back sport to where you can get these conversations where it's bullshit and you're not in the action 24/7. You're not laser focused all the time when you're playing for charity, obviously. But
and as a person that doesn't play golf and doesn't really care to
get into it,
I'm not trying to really even play it, but that will get me to watch. You
know,
Charles Barkley going out there, it's funny. If you can create entertainment through a sport that is known for being kind of dull,
exactly,
and just liven it up a little bit more, that's great for the sport.
Oh my bad.
Yeah, go.
All the credit to Phil Mickelson though. He makes it so much fun for him explaining stuff was really interesting.
It was interesting, but at the same time, after the fucking 10th hole, it's shut the fuck up. You're treating Barkley like he's a 2-year-old kid. You're trying to talk him through. I get it. I love the inside of it. But for someone like Munch, he's not going to give a shit of, okay, Barkley, you're looking at a 2-foot putt here that's going to break 3 inches, and you really want to feel it like this and do this and do that and da-da-da-da-da. It's okay, I like his little shit talk that he does that's a G-rated shit talk where it's just, I do like that. But at the same time, maybe not over-explain everything. But I think that's his thing. He's I know all this about golf, and I'm going to let you know I know all this about golf. And the other half of that I see, too, is, from that, you really understand what goes into golf. At a professional level, you're really thinking about that many fucking things at once to make a 4-foot putt. You got that many things going on through your head, these different variables. This is going to make this happen. If you hit this ball a certain way this is going to happen. And it's it is interesting.
Diehard golf people definitely can appreciate that.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what you want. I love when LeBron, that famous interview where they're well, what happened, LeBron? And he's well, we kicked it out to Tristan, and then Tristan did this, and then he went through the full last 4 minutes of the game, and he knew every single possession.
No, that's overrated. That's so overrated.
We were given
I just thought that was really good.
Yeah,
I like that type of stuff.
Well, it's really awesome, but I could also do that. Very easily.
I forgot.
But you're a high basketball, you're high IQ basketball player. Lots of people that play basketball aren't that make it to the league aren't nearly that type of IQ.
Yeah.
You were able to extend your basketball career because of how you knew the game so well. I'm not saying you didn't have the physical attributes, but you weren't blessed with 6'6" and a crazy body.
Windmill.
So
Well,
you had to work with what you had.
That's the thing. You think Dwight Howard could do that off the fucking top?
No.
Of his head?
Yeah, no.
JR couldn't.
JaVale.
Yeah.
JR said, "Huh? What happened in the last 4 minutes? Did I score?
Yeah.
Did I touch the ball?"
So like it creates a lot of value to have those guys. LeBron wouldn't be where you can say, oh, he's the most gifted, he's blessed with the best body ever. But if he didn't have the smarts, he could be just a freight train guy that didn't know when to make those passes, didn't know when to, hey, I need to take off these next 2 minutes, just sit in the corner and let Kyrie cook. Like, some guys don't have that IQ. Like, Russell Westbrook, honestly, I don't think he has the basketball IQ. I think he's a great player, and he uses his talent, but I don't think the IQ is there to know when to choose his shots, choose his spots, all that. But I don't know. I just think it comes down to how hard you actually study the game.
Yeah, it's hard to, and that's the thing with stardom is like when you go to when you see the videos of 24 Hour Fitness, because everyone's hooping, everyone in the league. But I get what you're saying. There's a different type of mindset and like a knowledge and dive way too deep into it. Mm-hmm. If you want to go over into the next step, you have to dive way too deep into it, which is what the best players do. Yeah. They go over and
like Kobe and his footwork. Yeah. Like he every single step he made was deliberate. Every single dribble he knew where he was going with that. Not every player is even thinking that. They're just thinking, I'm going to cross him up and dunk on him type shit.
Yeah, and have you heard the Kobe when he used to do the detail, like describing
Thank
the
you,
player?
Paige.
When he used to describe the every play that would go on for the one player through the game, he called it detail on ESPN Plus. And he did Jason Tatum when he was a rookie one time. And then I just remember so vividly, Jason Tatum caught it, and his feet were not facing the rim. They were facing like sideways. And he goes, yeah. And he drove and got a layup and scored. And he's like, all right, young man. See your feet right here. When you catch the ball, your feet aren't facing towards the rim. If your feet are facing towards the rim in this way, that's an extra quick step, and you don't get contact at the rim. That's just a wide open layup. And he's like, so next time, what you're looking for is to catch the ball with 2 feet facing towards the rim, and it's like,
it's that half second that really gives you the edge.
I'm like, Jesus Christ, Kobe Bryant, like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
I looked right past it. I was like, why does he have this play highlighted? He just got made a move in the layup, and he's like, nah, look at the feet, and it's like, some people just have it. They just have it. They can just dissect it and make, I don't know, like you're saying.
It kind of makes
tough.
me think of something where it separates like real greatness versus just great, like truly great, like transcendent people, just people in general. Take sports out of it. People that can break down their successes and still find where their weakness was.
Yeah.
And still be like, all right, yeah, I just dunked on his face, but I'm gonna do it a little bit differently next time because it's gonna be more efficient.
It's a higher success rate doing it this way instead of the
Mark
way I
Cuban
did it.
is doing that with his businesses every 5 seconds. He's seeing, we had a great quarter, but we sucked this month, and like that is where you really see people extend and become truly great and transcendent in life. You can't just look at your failures. You got to look at what you're doing well and improve upon that, because there's always an upside. There's always a higher ceiling for whatever you're going for.
No one's ever perfect at their craft. Whatever the fuck it is, you could have the greatest golfer of all time. You could have the greatest basketball player, baseball
greatest
player,
real estate agent,
exactly, business tycoon, fucking whatever. They still fuck up. There's still something. They might be the greatest at what they do, but they still have flaws to what they do. Whether they see it, you see it, whoever sees it, no one does anything perfect, you know?
And it's the constant pursuit of trying to be perfect, trying to obtain Kobe knows he's never going to be the perfect player,
but he's going to try his ass off to be that.
He's going to try to. It's a weird phenomenon to where these people know that there's no way to be perfect, but they are going to try so hard to be perfect.
The obsession with it.
And obsessed with chasing a goal that you never ever going to achieve, but you love trying to achieve.
You love the grind of it,
dude. It's a different thing in the head that just, like you're saying, the greats of everything have that. It's hard. Yeah. It's hard to flip on a switch if you don't think like, oh, I want to be great. It's hard to like give yourself the switch.
It's so easy to be complacent. Your mind is always telling you, you're good. You did enough right there. Like your mind wants to take a break, and you have to like fight back to it and train yourself to be like, no, there's always something I'm going to improve on. And that is like very exhausting as just on your mind alone, let alone the physical, the physical toll it takes on your body. So it's just, it's crazy to see. And people really people will hate on LeBron or hate on Kobe or hate on anybody. And it's like, you don't realize how hard they're working to get better at just something so minuscule, but it could extend their career for 10 years.
It's the same thing where it's like, oh, I just got a 3-year, $15 million contract, bro. I'm chilling.
Oh yeah.
And there's the complacency.
Or even like Tom Brady. He's what, 41?
2?
He could have retired 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and said, "Fuck it, I got 6 rings." And I'm done. But he's like, nah, I'm gonna literally try and live to be 130 years old, and I'm gonna try and play until I'm 50. Like what?
He's the undisputed GOAT. He has nothing.
There's nothing left to prove.
There's absolutely nothing to
prove. Except for maybe total yards with Breeze or something. And now he's created something
to prove. Like, oh, I'm going to go win one without Belichick.
Yeah.
Like, he's literally creating challenges that were an unnecessary challenge just to do it.
Mm-hmm. It's the...
kind of insane.
Dude, it really is.
If I'm Tom Brady, I can't even say I would still be in the league right now.
No.
That's why people next to
Kobe... And he's got young kids, too. Like, who wants to be away from their kids like that?
People next to Kobe...
Alex Smith. Like, why is he still in the league, honestly?
He has something
He is one hit away.
Yeah.
He's something
But still,
to prove.
he's made his money. He could go live in freaking Indianapolis like Andrew Luck and just be chilling.
Maybe all of us could sleep knowing that at least I have my leg in my life, but I guarantee you he cannot sleep at night unless he can prove to himself that he can still go out there and be a quarterback.
Yeah.
And that's the weird thing
That's
in
a
these
beautiful
people's
thing.
heads. And in Brady's head, we're all saying he has nothing to prove, but I guarantee you there's so many internal battles in his head where he's going, I have fucking so much to fucking prove right now.
Yeah.
Like,
how do especially now that he's not doing as good as everyone like thought he would just come in and like, oh, he's Tom Brady, he's the Bucks, he's got Gronk, he's got this, he's got that, he's gonna have a great year.
And he's still 7-4. Like,
He's still doing
Oh yeah,
really
no,
well.
he's still doing well, but
like he's still the greatest 43-year-old quarterback we've ever had. Do you remember when Brett Favre? I think he played till 43,
something like that on the Jets or whatever.
But like his very, very last year was bad.
Yeah,
right.
He was struggling.
He had a
Peyton,
good
bro. He was bad.
Oh
Peyton
my
was
god,
really
he couldn't
bad.
throw the ball.
Peyton was really bad.
Talk about a game manager.
Yeah,
he game managed an entire Super Bowl run, and the year he made the Super Bowl before, he got his ass handed to. It was the worst Super Bowl ever. It was like 43-8 against the Legion of Boom.
It was like 55-10, I think.
It was awful.
50, yeah. Because remember they got a fumble, they got a scoop and score like on the first possession, and then it was like, well, okay.
Yeah, and then it was just like, oh, is this how this game's gonna go? And then it was like, yep, this is exactly how that game's gonna go.
For him to bounce back on his last year, that contract, knowing like this is it, and he still made it happen. Like, wow.
That last year was the Omaha year. That's when he
Omaha.
I mean, he said it his whole career, but the last year is when we all started to like Twitter started to pick up on it, and everyone started to fucking pick up on it.
They started doing more like the NFL mic'd up.
Dude, what did your dad tweeted something the other day, or maybe you
the
told
Phantom.
me. He said something about
What's good, Clay?
When are they gonna start throwing in like sponsors' names in there or something? Like when they call like I want to say your dad's. I could be wrong, but it was like when are they gonna start throwing in like Omaha, Pepsi, like they're gonna start throwing the sponsors in there, like when because everyone's now just throwing random shit out there, like
James Harden. What did the one say? Where James Harden, and then they didn't pass or something. And
but now it's gonna be vitamin water. Like
what was the one? It was like Halle Berry. Yeah, Halle Berry. That was a great one. Like just throw out some hot girl and freaking make that the name of the play.
That's so funny.
So freaking funny.
Start naming TV. Stranger Things, Season 2.
Season 2.
Not one, no.
Netflix.
Wait, no,
Netflix.
Season 1. Like you could like audible it back.
That would be awesome, dude.
Meanwhile, I mean, the defense is like, what the fuck?
What is this guy saying?
It's actually kind of genius because as a defensive player, like playing football, if you say like random subjects just to take my mind off my assignment, just for a half second, even, it's like when you're at bat and like. You let the crowd get in your head, or you just take your mind off of your sitting curveball, and you take your mind off it for a half second. that's an advantage.
That's a win for them. That's
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they're going for. And then meanwhile, they get to scream Halle Berry, and instead of that, like not locking them in for the offense, that's locking them in.
That
Like
locks
hell
them in.
yeah, like we're gonna run Halle Berry.
Yeah, it's weird. It does. You're so right.
Here's the Phantoms tweet I was talking about.
Okay.
Follow him on Twitter, Phantom Radio 60. No fans in the stadium means no crowd noise. So how long before the NFL moves from James Harden to making some real money from QB calls? Red 99, flow from progressive, hut hut.
That is great. That's the pops of Mr. Zelo right here. And he's
we
also
going,
like my second dad. Shout out.
We're also starting up a little show, me and him. He wants to get into the depths of the mind of a 22-year-old, in my opinion, on sports.
Y'all got a name yet? Or you just
the generation gap.
Oh,
I love that.
I actually like that a lot.
Tune in.
Where's that going to be live at? Stones Radio Network?
Stones Radio Network from the home studios of the Lowe family. So
hell yeah.
See how that goes.
Yeah.
What days are you gonna do it?
I think he wants to do Tuesday. We'll see. I'll put it on Twitter.
All right, yeah. To be determined.
We're going to try and get him on our show,
he
too.
wants to be on the show.
We would
desperately,
love
so.
that guest appearance.
Speaking of guest appearance, we got a pretty big one this week coming up.
Oh yeah.
Wednesday.
We have a professional sports player.
One of our boys, we played, I wouldn't even say we went to high school with because we didn't go to
Hometown
high school
hero.
with him, but we played fucking Little League with him. We played, we've known him all our lives.
12-year-old year, should have won state.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that.
Yeah, we've known this kid our whole lives. He's one of the fucking bros, always been one of the bros. He's in the
Alex
Twins,
Isola,
yeah.
look him up. Yeah, Twins farm system, right?
Twins
Twins
high
farm
A
system.
right now.
Let's go.
I'll tweet it out after the show too. We'll get a little thing going.
It'll be a really good conversation. He's
Yeah.
got some good shit to share.
Want to figure out what's going on in the farm system, and then COVID, and then like what is a farm player like? What are you thinking
Yeah, what are you
about?
trying to
Yeah,
grind
day
to?
in the life.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be
exactly.
cool. A lot of
gonna be
questions
really
and
good.
answers. Maybe we'll get his opinion. I know he's a
That's
Raider
one
fan,
hell
so.
of a grind, man. Baseball,
Yeah.
man, you start from the ground up. You work all the way just to get a high A contract. You know?
So that'll be this Wednesday live 7:30 ish.
7.
7.
I think we're good with 7.
Yeah, 7:00 we'll be
It's wild.
live and ready to go with Alex Isola.
Yeah, we wrapping it
yeah.
up. We good to? Want to
Yeah,
wrap
I'm good.
up?
I'm good to
I'm
wrap it
feeling
up.
pretty good. I'm about to hop on Call of Duty and quick scope everybody, so
Yeah,
beware. Turn off your Xbox and your PS4 if you don't want to get killed.
It was nice to be back, boys. It was really
Yeah.
nice to be back on
Good
the
to
mic.
be back finally.
Hell yeah. I'm glad everybody's healthy.
Yeah, we
and
had
I
a little,
love you guys. In the spirit of Thanksgiving, I'm grateful for every single one of you guys.
Yeah.
All right, boys. I think
I think we're gonna wrap it up.
have a good
All
night,
right,
everybody.
yep.
I love you. I love you all.
Yep. Tune in
Love
on
you all.
Wednesday,
Love you all a
7
lot.
p.m., same time. Woo!
There it goes. Right at the end of the stream, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
Love it.